You ever open your banking app and before the numbers even load, you already feel stressed? Like you're not completely broke, but you're also one unexpected expense away from panic mode. Your paycheck comes in, you feel relief for about 48 hours, and then somehow it's gone. Rent, subscriptions, food, gas, random stuff you don't even remember buying. And you tell yourself, once I make a little more money, this'll all work itself out. Here's the uncomfortable truth. That moment never magically arrives. And if no one has told you this clearly yet, I will. No one is coming to save you financially. Not your job, not the government, not your parents, not your future self. And look, before that sounds harsh, this video might be the most important financial wake-up call you ever get. My name is Kyle, and I spend way too much time thinking about money, personal finance, and why so many smart, hard-working people still feel stuck financially. If you're someone who works hard, pays bills, but still feels like you're barely moving forward, or like one mistake could ruin everything, make sure to hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up if this helps you out. Alright, let's talk.
Part 1. The biggest financial lie we're taught. Here's the thing. Most of us grow up believing some version of this story. If you do the right things, get educated, work hard, be responsible, eventually things will stabilize. And look, that used to be more true than it is today. But here's what most people don't realize. That system no longer exists the way we think it does. Let me give you one statistic that should make you pause. According to the Federal Reserve, nearly 40% of Americans can't cover a $400 emergency without borrowing money or selling something. $400! That's not a luxury vacation. That's a car repair. That's a medical copay. That's life. And these aren't lazy people. Most of them have jobs. Many earn decent incomes. So what's happening? Now, you might be thinking, okay, Kyle, but I don't make enough yet. When I earn more, I'll be fine. Look, I get that. Income matters, a lot. But here's the uncomfortable pattern most people fall into. Let's say you make $60,000 a year. After taxes, that's roughly $3,800 a month. You think if I could just make $80,000, I'd be comfortable. So you get a raise or a better job. Now you're making $80,000. Your take-home becomes maybe $4,800 a month. And suddenly, you upgrade the apartment, you upgrade the car, you eat out more, you say yes to more things. Not because you're irresponsible, but because your brain adjusts your definition of normal. This is called lifestyle inflation, and it's one of the most powerful psychological forces in personal finance. Here's what's wild. Studies show that happiness from income increases plateaus around $75,000 to $85,000, yet spending continues to rise far beyond that. So people earn more but feel just as stressed. This is where it gets really interesting.
Part 3. The psychology of someone will fix this. Most people don't consciously think someone is coming to save them. It's subtler than that. It sounds like, I'll figure it out later. Things will work out. I'm still young. Once I get that next raise. That's not logic. That's hope masquerading as a plan. And hope is dangerous with money, because while you're waiting, the math keeps moving. Part 4. The math that quietly destroys you. Let's talk numbers for a second. Say you're 30 years old. You save nothing consistently until 40. Then at 40, you start investing $500 a month. Assuming a 7% return, by age 65, you'll have around $380,000. Now compare that to someone who starts at 25. They invest just $300 a month until 65. They end up with over $750,000. Same market, less money, double the result. Why? Time. And here's the brutal part. No one can give you time back. Not a promotion, not a windfall, not even a lottery win. This is why waiting is so expensive. Part 5. Why the system doesn't care about you. Look, I'm not anti-job, I'm not anti-society, but you need to understand this clearly.
Your employer's job is to pay you just enough to keep you productive, not financially free. Social Security was never designed to replace your income. At best, it covers maybe 30 to 40% of pre-retirement earnings. And pensions? For most people, they're gone. So when people say, "I'll just work longer," here's the reality. Health doesn't always cooperate. Energy drops, options shrink, and inflation quietly erodes everything. Since 2000, the dollar has lost over 40% of its purchasing power, meaning doing nothing is not neutral, it's losing.
Part 6. The moment it clicks for most people. For most people, the wake-up call comes late. It's a layoff, a medical bill, a divorce, a recession, and suddenly they realize no one is stepping in. No cavalry, no rescue plan, just them and the numbers. My goal with this video is to help you have that realization without the crisis. Part 7. What financial responsibility actually means. Financial responsibility isn't about restriction, it's about control. Control over your time, your stress, your options. Here's what most people don't realize. Wealth isn't built by extreme decisions, it's built by boringly consistent ones. Part 8. The 5 actions that change everything. Let's get practical. If no one is coming to save you, here's what does work. 1. Build a $1,000 emergency buffer. Not an investment, not a retirement account. Cash. This isn't about returns, it's about breaking the cycle of panic. Once emergencies stop becoming debt, everything changes. 2. Automate one financial win. 1. Savings, investing, debt payoff. Automation removes emotion, and emotion is where most people fail. 3. Separate looking rich from being safe. A $600 car payment isn't freedom, it's pressure. Safety comes from margins, not appearances. 4. Increase income with a purpose. More money without a plan just means bigger problems. Decide before the raise. 50% lifestyle, 30% investing, 20% safety. Tell your money where to go first. 5. Redefine what success means. Success isn't a number. It's waking up without fear of one bill ruining you. Part 9. The mindset shift that makes this stick. Here's the shift that changes everything. Stop asking, "Who's going to take care of me?" and start asking, "How do I make myself unbreakable?" That mindset creates discipline. Discipline creates consistency. Consistency creates wealth. Look, this isn't about shame. If you're behind, you're not broken. You were just never taught the rules. But now you know this. No one is coming to save you financially. And weirdly, that's empowering, because once it's on you, it's also within your control. If this video helped you see money differently, hit the like button. It tells the algorithm this content matters. Subscribe if you want practical, honest conversations about money without the hype. And remember, your future doesn't need permission, it needs action. I'll see you in the next one.